Okay, cool. Thank you so much. So here I am subbing for Mandy. So of course things are going to be different. They're not going to be what you're used to. Yeah, that's how it is when you have a sub. So if you have, you could use some props to make the practice work for you. Okay, so we are going to start, and I remember now because last time the Shavasana wasn't long enough. Today I'm going to be better. I'm going to make sure that we get at least 10 minutes of Shavasana. Okay, so let's start in what my teacher calls constructive rest. So constructive rest is on your back, the knees are bent, and the feet are about hip distance apart. Hands are or the palms of the hands are facing up. So starting in constructive rest. And then here we're going to travel through some of the koshas, starting with the physical body. You can keep your eyes open or closed as we do this. And just notice, how does your physical body feel today? And then maybe bring your awareness to your feet. Notice how the soles of the feet are connecting to the earth. Maybe lift the toes, lift the heels. And then come back to stillness. And then maybe notice other parts of your physical body that is connecting with the earth. It could be the back of the pelvis, maybe the shoulder blades, back of the head, parts of your arms. Maybe move your head from side to side, giving the back of your head a little bit of a massage. And then coming back to neutral. Now, if you want to, you can bring your awareness to the second kosha, your breath body. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. Notice if it's short, if it's shallow, if it's long, if it's deep. There's no right or wrong breathing. It's just breathing. And different kinds of breathing or breathing techniques are useful in different situations. Sometimes we need to breathe very quickly. Sometimes we need to breathe slowly. Just depends on the situation. And then if you want to, you can place your hands on your belly. And this time, maybe notice how the belly is rising on the inhale and releasing down towards the spine and the floor on the exhale. If you want to, you can deepen your breathing. You can deepen the inhale, allowing the belly to rise even more. And release. Maybe count, maybe inhale on the count of 3. And exhale on the count of 3. Or pick any number that works for you. Could be 3, could be 5, 2, 4. And then release, maybe place the hands back on the floor, and then move to the third kosha, the thoughts and feelings. I often think about this as like giving myself or giving my mind like a weather report. So, what kind of weather is going on in your mind right now? Some days there's thunder and lightning, some days it's blue sky with the sun, some days it's gray and foggy. So just give yourself a weather report. What kind of weather does your mind create right now? And then traveling back out to the second kosha, notice the inhale, notice the exhale. Back to the first kosha, your physical body. Notice all the places where your physical body is connecting to earth. All right, and then from here, we're gonna lift the hands and the arms and start moving, bending the knees, bending the elbows, starting to move that physical body. So bending the knees, bending the elbows, whatever way you find useful. Maybe do some biking. You can bike forward and backward. Maybe move the feet around. You can open up the legs if you want to. So moving and bending knees and elbows. And then eventually bringing the right knee in, let the left leg go long, breathe. Lengthening the spine on the inhale and allowing the knee to come a little closer on the exhale. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release. And then bring that right knee up and out, up and out, up and out. And then find tree posture on the floor. You can use a block and place it under the knee to keep the hips square. Maybe place the arms in cactus. And then stay here. Breathe. And then bring that right knee up and over. Maybe let the toes touch or connect to the floor. Then you can keep one hand on the knee, and then let the gaze go to the opposite side. A gentle twist. And then bring the gaze back, bring the knee back, and back to constructive rest. All right, and then lift both legs and arms, bend the knees, bend the elbows, move around, maybe open and close, just moving around in a way that's helpful to you. And then eventually bringing the left knee in, right leg goes long. Stay there. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, allow the knee to come a little closer to your chest. And then let that left knee come up and out, finding tree posture on the floor on the other side. Maybe use a block, arms in cactus. Bring your awareness back to your breathing. And then bring the left knee up and over, let the toes connect to the floor. You can place a hand on that knee and then let the gaze go to the opposite side for a gentle twist. Now bring the gaze back, bring the feet back, and find yourself in constructive rest again. Bring the knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. And then start rocking back and forth, giving the spine a massage. Really rounding the spine. And then eventually coming all the way up. Place the feet as wide as the mat, so the feet are wider than your hips. And then let the knees go to one side. So the knee fits nicely into the sole of the foot. And then try the other side, checking that the knee kind of fits into the sole of the foot. And then let the knees go from side to side, waking up the hips in a different way. And we're going to go from here to mini superstar. So the knees go to one side and then come all the way up for a mini superstar. Come back down, let the knees go to the other side, finding your way to a mini superstar. What does it feel to be a mini superstar? Opening up the front of the body. Nice and easy. We're only mini superstar so far. Okay, this time something different. So let the knees go to one side, stay low, turn around for a gentle twist. Maybe come down on your forearms and then stay there. You can drop the head. And come back up. Let the knees go a few times back and forth. And then let them rest on the left side, stay low, turn to the back of the room, and then come down on your forearms. Stay there, drop the head. And then come back up. Okay, now come to a tabletop. And you might want to have some blocks ready if you want to. Spreading the fingers. Spread the fingers for stable stance. Stable stance. And these are hip distance apart. And then maybe just let the hips go from side to side. Like wagging, like Ginger would wag her tail. So if you want to, you can imagine that you are like a dog like Ginger and just wagging the tail from side to side. And then come to stillness and then round the back and then drop down, finding, so moving cat-cow. Exhale and round. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale and round. Inhale into your back bend. The shoulders are widening, following your own breathing. Really notice how you're traveling up your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. In a wave-like motion. You've probably done this 1,000 times by now. Can you do it with a curious mind? Okay, back to neutral. And then lengthen that right leg. Open up the calf muscle. Breathe. Lift the foot off the floor. Lift the opposite hand off the floor. This is a balancing posture. This is stressful for the body. And we compensate by breathing. And then maybe add some movement. If you want to, you can take the bind, breathe. And then bring that right foot outside the right pinky. So the foot is parallel to the edge of the mat. My knee is connecting to my shoulder. Widen the shoulders, lengthen the neck, push into the base of the index finger. Base of the index finger and base of the big toe. Breathe. Lizard posture. If you want to, you can use your blocks and come down on your elbow if that's helpful to you. I'm very tight today. I'm not going to do that. This is enough for me. Played too much pickleball. And then bring that right foot all the way around, all the way around, all the way around over. Connect to the earth. Look behind your left shoulder. And then back to a tabletop. Let the hips go from side to side. Maybe imagine that you're a fish in water. And then come up on land and do the cat-cow a few times. All right, and then lengthen the left leg. Open up that calf muscle. Breathe, the fingers are wide, pushing into the base of the index finger. Shoulders are wide, neck is long. And then lift that foot off the floor, lift the opposite hand off the floor. This is a balancing posture, stressful for the body. And then adding some movement. Maybe take the bind if that's helpful to you. Release, bring that left foot forward outside the left pinky. Connecting the knee to the shoulder, hips are square. Think warrior one. Push into the base of the index finger and base of the big toe. Shoulders are wide, neck is long. Breathe. And once again, if you want to, you can use the blocks. If it's helpful to you to come to lower yourself more. Everybody is different, right? And then bring that foot all the way around, behind, crossover, connect to the earth, look behind that left shoulder. And then back to tabletop. Wag the tail a few more times. And then some cat-cow. Okay, now we're going to get ready for down dog. Now, spread and tuck the toes. Spread and tuck the toes. Okay, first just sit back and allow the toes to open up. Breathe. There's no rush. We're going to go up to down dog the way that babies do. So they would start, so come back. So they would start here. Spread the fingers and they would start just transferring the weight back and forth, getting ready. And then get the knees off, keep on going back and forth, building strength, getting the hips high up. And then eventually the hips would go super high up and finding what we call down dog. Babies don't have names for these postures. They just do them. Widen the shoulders. And then start playing around, bending one knee, bending the other. Maybe bending both. Maybe lifting one leg. Maybe lifting one hand. Just adding some movement that's helpful to you this morning. And then walk your hands to your feet, bend the knees, stay there. The belly is on top of your legs. Hold on to opposite elbows. Head is heavy, breathe. Release the hands, say thank you to your feet, lower legs, knees, belly, back, arms, shoulders, face. Okay. Now, look at your blinking, bubbling stars, your fingers. Like blinking, bubbling stars, all the way up, clasp the hand, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And then do some side bending. And then reach, and reach, and reach, and reach. And then let the arms go. Let the arms go. Maybe use your knees, and then you can move around. Let the arms go, move around. Dance like no one is watching. Okay, arms in cactus. Let's do that a little bit of twisting motion and then swimming forward, backward. And then let the knee connect to elbow, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. And if you're really brave, you cross the midline, knee to opposite elbow. And then finding the position of power, Feel your internal power here, breathe. And then, sometimes all we need is a kick in the butt. Waking up the front and the back. And you can move around here too. You don't even have to stay on the mat. You can be on the floor and do this. Okay, and then lift the leg to the outside, waking up the external hips. And then lean and lift, lean and lift, lean and lift. Breathe. And try the other side, lean and lift, lean and lift. Okay, now we're gonna push away an emotion or something we don't want to create space for something that we want. So I'm just gonna pick fear. So whatever the opposite is to you, to fear, you pick that one. So first we're gonna imagine fear, give fear a color, use your hands and push it away, push it away, push it away, push it away to a standing plank posture. And then maybe we have to kick it away a little bit too, because fear wants to creep back in, and maybe it's gonna creep in from the side or behind. And then eventually it's gonna be gone. You can release and allow whatever is the opposite to fear to you. Allow that to take the space instead. Okay, let's do 3 sun salutations. 3 sun salutations. So I like to start with my feet hip distance apart. That gives me a little bit more stability. Another option is to do big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, mountain posture. You choose. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. A slight bend in the knees to protect the lower back. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. That was 1. 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale up and over. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Slight bend. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down the midline. That was 2. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale up and over. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. And this time stay holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. And release. Okay, we're going to step back. We're going to start in mountain posture, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. And then we're going to step back to warrior 1. Stepping back to warrior 1. Okay, so starting in mountain, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. The pit of the belly, my teacher talks about the pit of the belly is like a little bit below the navel and right in front of the spine. The pit of the belly goes in and up, gives us internal support. So imagine how the pit of the belly goes in and up. Standing tall, shoulders are wide, slight tuck of the chin, mountain posture. It looks easy, it's not necessarily true. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back, find the earth behind you with the toes and the heel. Setting up, building warrior 1 from the ground up. Warrior 1, everything is facing forward. Hips, shoulder, everything is facing forward. Warrior 1 is observing without judgment. Simply observing, taking in the facts. No judgment yet. Observe without judgment. Add some blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. Breathe. Now from here, transfer the weight forward and step back into mountain posture. Okay, same thing on the other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, find the earth with the toes and then the heel. Building warrior 1 from the ground up. Everything is facing forward. Simply observing without judgment. Just take it in. Adding some blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pocket. Allow the elbows to move closer. They're not going to touch. They can move closer. Breathe. If you want to bring your awareness to your heart space. Heart space. And then maybe allow the heart space to lead as you transfer your weight forward and stepping back to mountain. Okay, now we're going to step back to warrior 2. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight with the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back. This time, open up the pelvic halves for warrior 2. One arm in the past and the other one in the future. And you are right here in the present moment. Finding warrior 2. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. We're still breathing. Find your way back to warrior 2. And then move on to extended side angle, elbow to knee. And then a long line from that back foot all the way up to the hand. A long line of energy. You can, if you want to, you can look up like past your armpit. And then finding your way back to warrior two, one more time. Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee. Release the hand down until you feel a little bit of discomfort, not pain. Here's another option to maybe use a block or a chair. I teach a lot of chair yoga. If you feel stable here, you could bring the gaze up towards the sky and then maybe let the arm follow. Trikonasana. Bring the hand down, bring the gaze down, rebend the front knee, finding warrior two. One more time. Okay, now you're going to place the hands on the floor, or if you have two blocks, you can use two blocks. And then pick up that back foot and look at the back foot. For Ardha Chandrasana, and then step the feet back together. And find yourself in Tadasana. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic half for warrior two. You've done this posture probably thousands of times now. One arm in the back, in the past, the other one in the future. But we are right here in the present moment. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. What did you learn from the past? What did you learn from the past? And then bring that with you to the present moment. Stay there for a few moments. And then find extended side angle, elbow to knee. So with that wisdom from the past, how can you plan better for the future? And then finding your way back to warrior two in the present moment. Hands on the hips, straighten that front knee. Release the hand down. What kind of a blinking, bubbling star are you? If you feel stable, slowly let the gaze travel from the floor, up the wall, maybe all the way up towards the sky. Maybe let the arm follow. There's no rush. No rush. Hand comes down, gaze comes down, no rush. Rebend the front knee, finding warrior two one more time. And with or without blocks, I'm going to show without blocks now, you can place the hands on the floor. Transfer the weight, pick up that back foot. You can be just a little bit. Look at the toes. And then step them together, bend the knees, and come back up to standing. Okay, let's do a tree posture. So starting in Tadasana, mountain posture, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Pit of the belly goes in and up. The shoulders are wide, the neck is long. Slight tuck of the chin, breathe. Now transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. And the hips stayed exactly where they were. This might be it. This might be your tree posture. If you want to, you can bring that foot up. We're still breathing. You can do a traditional tree posture. Ooh. Or you can create your own balancing posture, a posture that no one has seen, your own tree that no one has seen before. It doesn't have to look like a traditional tree. You can explore other versions of tree posture. And then eventually finding your way back to mountain. Breathe. Stay tall, transfer the weight to the right. Make sure you have that internal support. Lift the left heel off. The hips are not changing. And then if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can bring that foot off the floor and explore balancing postures. And it could be a traditional tree posture. I mean, they came up with it for a reason. But it could also be dancer or standing pigeon. Your choice. And then eventually finding your way back to a mountain. Okay, let's get down. So starting in mountain, we're going to do a beginning of a sun A and then come down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, place the hands and step back to plank posture. So we've been here before, but we did a standing plank posture last time. Now use your feet, move back and forth a few times. And then bend the elbows, come all the way down. Reach the hands forward and find Sphinx posture. So my elbows are right under my shoulders. The fingers are spread. The shoulders are wide. The neck is long. There's a slight tuck to the chin. Breathe. You can keep your eyes open or closed. Stay where you are. And simply notice how the spine or how your body is moving with your breath. Maybe focus on the spine. Notice how your spine moves with your breath. Release down, bend the knees, let the feet go from side to side a few times. Okay, now use your place your fingers like tents on either side, kind of wide of your mat. And then push into your hands and almost straighten the arms and then release down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Okay, now place your hands under your shoulders. Use your fingertips. We're going to go for your version of up dog. Use your fingertips. Inhale, pull yourself forward and up to your version of up dog. It might be with the knees still on the ground. That's a great option. Engage the core, tuck the toes, engage the core, lift the hips, and find your way to down dog one last time. You can wag the tail. And then release the knees wide, toes to touch. Release the hips to your heels, finding child's posture. Stay there. Breathe. Inhale, come up, and then bring the feet forward. Let's do the hip walk. This is another teacher that taught me. So lift without using your hands, lift one leg and walk forward and backwards. Okay, and same way. Now lift the leg, bend it, let it land wherever it lands. The body is super smart. Janu Sirsasana, and then turn to the long leg and walk your fingers towards your foot. Find a place of discomfort, not pain, discomfort. Stay there, breathe. And release. Don't use the arms, just use your legs. Hip walk a few times back and forth, and then get ready for the other side. So lift the left leg, bend it, let it land wherever it lands. Turn to the long leg, use your fingers, walk towards your foot. Breathe. Okay, come back up. If you have a bolster, or even if you have two blocks, this is very useful when we do a forward fold, because it helps to align the spine better. So having something under your knees, try to really sit on your sitting bones, finding the sitting bones, sitting tall, tall, tall. Maybe reach up. Okay. Now imagine that perfect partner. Hold on to the perfect partner's arms that pulls you up and forward, up and forward, up and forward. Stay there for a moment and then release, say bye, bye, bye. And then bring the arms down, round your back and drop your head for a forward fold with bent knees. So we did this standing already. Inhale, come back up. You can keep a block handy if you have it. And now we're going to roll down and lay down. So round the back, roll down. Bend the knees back to constructive rest. And let's do a supported bridge posture. So using the block, push into your feet, lift the hips, place the block underneath you, underneath your pelvis. Walk the shoulders in, open up the chest, and stay in supported bridge. If you don't have a block, you can do a regular bridge posture, or you can stay in constructive rest. That's your choice. And from here, if you are in bridge, lower down to constructive rest. If you are supported, you can bring one and two legs up. And then bring the feet back down, lift the hips, remove the block. Bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. I love myself so much. Release the arms out into a T. Keep the knees close and roll to the left to one side. Gaze goes to the opposite. Or a gentle twist. Bring the head back. Bring the knees back to neutral. Give yourself a hug. Remind yourself how much you love yourself. Release the arms out wide. Keep the knees close and then turn to the other side. Gaze to the opposite. Okay, gaze comes back. Knees bring your knees back to neutral. Give yourself another hug, and then we're gonna get ready for Shavasana. One great option is to have a bolster or those blocks under your knees. It gives the lower back a little bit of a break, or you just do a regular Shavasana. That's up to you. Okay. So we have 10 minutes now in Shavasana. So bring your awareness to your belly. And notice or imagine a soft spot in your lower belly. Breathe into it. And just like a little fire, when you breathe into it, it kind of expands. And on the exhale, allow that soft warmth to spread out through your body. Down through your pelvis, upper legs, knees, lower legs, feet, and toes. From your lower belly, up through solar plexus, lungs, heart, throat center, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands and fingers. From your heart space, up through the throat center, neck, back of your head, crown of your head, forehead, and face. Gently move your head from side to side. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And then bring one knee into your chest and then the other. Give yourself another hug. Roll to one side and stay there in fetal position for a few moments. Maybe ask yourself, what did I learn about myself this practice? And then use your hands and push yourself up to a seated position. If you want to, you can place your hands in Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. Maybe bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guides, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on your journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together this morning. Namaste.